I find in these modern times, I have a problem with this, that everything has to be so sexy all the time now. Like, I don't know why people think they have to be sexy if they're on TV, for example. Like, I think, call me old-fashioned, but the most amount of people I would want to have sex with me at one time is one person. I don't want everybody thinking that I'm sexy. That's creepy.
The crowds gather, the excitement mounts.
I was like, oh, I'm actually grand. You know, I don't know. One person at a time. I don't know. But yeah, I just don't know why everything has to be sexy. Like even like Halloween, because I love Halloween and I love making an effort with my fancy dress costume. But now, like if you're invited to a fancy dress costume now, you might as well just like cross out the fancy and add in sexy. Because like most people when they have fancy dress parties, basically what they mean is sexy dress parties. Like last time we went to the girls' house for a fancy dress party. Oh, Karen opened the door and I was like, whoa, because I was like, what are you supposed to be? And she was like, I'm a cat. But like, I know cats, and she was not a cat. She definitely wasn't like a yard cat with like one missing eye and like a mangy tail, just like burrowing in her fur for some kind of flea. But she was like in a black leotard, basically with like little whiskers. She was amazing. And I was like, wow. And then I felt kind of weird because I had put a lot of effort into mine. I was like, thanks for telling me that it was a sexy dress. Thanks for telling me that, you know. Maybe if you had told me that, then I wouldn't have arrived as a medley of winter vegetables. But it was good because they recognised a lot of the vegetables on me. That was quite good. You know, they were like, your arm is definitely squash and your fingers are little marrows. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, and your hair is kale. And I was like, oh. Because I hadn't done anything to my hair, like I didn't think about it. So the girls that are coming tonight for the food, they're mainly from Cobh, except for Josie. And my friend from Dublin, Eleanor, she's not coming down because she didn't know about it. Because I would just be afraid that she just has this habit of like talking about sex like in the middle, like you would be having a totally innocuous conversation and she just brings up something graphic about her sex life, you know.
I'm finding it really hard to make my boyfriend come these days.
What?
Like the only thing that seems to work is if I stick my thumb up his bottom.
Jesus.
Like right up.
And I was just like, Jesus God, why did she? Because first of all, I didn't know what the proper response to that is, you know. And second of all, I couldn't stop looking at her hand on my mug. And that I was just like, oh. I'm like, how am I going to know which mug that it is, you know, because I've got 6 matching mugs. And how can you tell them apart? Like, you can't tell, if you've got 6 matching mugs from the same manufacturer, everything, you can't tell them apart. There's no way of knowing which one is the bum mug. Unless you lean across and make a little mark on her mug, like, sorry, that's your special one there now, it's for you. I suppose her boyfriend could use it as well. I don't know. So yeah, I wish she didn't talk about sex all the time. Even though, I mean, I know, my God, I'm emancipated. I know it's important to talk about sex, you know, but just not in that context, like, my God. But I know it is really important. In fact, I would love to, my ideal, sometimes I think my dream job would be to work in a blood bank, you know, where I could just quiz people about their sex life all day. Okay, so question 3. Have you ever had sex with a man who's repeatedly told you he doesn't want to be in a relationship, but you've sort of pretended, you've gone along with it, pretended you're too busy to have a boyfriend as well, and blah, 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 so just a physical thing, you know, whatever. You're modern, whereas in reality, it's been corroding your soul slowly for years. You know, I don't know, but basically, I would love to know what's normal. So, yes, you have? You do?
I don't think so.
No. I knew it.